it's good to have you back. This is a quick video out of schedule because something very cool happened while I was rehearsing with the boys for a gig at Sonar. Bitwig and Uhe put out a new plugin format called Clap. Clever Audio Plugin API. Why is that something that gets me excited and something you should care for too if you're into music and audio production? Well, I'm gonna try and break it down in this video. Going into the format, its pluses and its biggest con right now. From a user perspective, Clap already offers a few things that are improvements above other standards. For example, it's optimized for multi-core CPUs. That means you can run more plugins on your machine. Clap plugins are easier to organize because they've got metadata inbuilt. That should allow for easier searching and make the whole pesky plugin rescan process more of a breeze. But most importantly, Clap format is all about expression. It allows per-note automation and modulation. And if you're running a soft synthesizer with many different voices, you can have different parameters for each voice. And this makes polyphonic expression so much better. If you love polyphonic expression like I do, but have been frustrated in the past with non-standards like MPE, I think there's a lot of potential here. If those things sound nice but doesn't turn into a must-have, there's one thing that both from a user and developer perspective makes it absolutely a game changer, because it's open source. Right now there are three main plugin formats and each of them is proprietary. VST is the OG in this and it was developed by Steinberg, and Steinberg belongs to Yamaha. And it's the only one that is cross-platform. Then you get Audio Unit, which is Apple only, belongs to Apple, so it will only work with your Apple devices. And then there is AAX, which belongs to Avid and thus is mainly used in Pro Tools. So these are locked into their own environments. The problem with that from a developer side is that you're always dependent on another company's software to make your software run. So if updates are late, your plugins are gonna be late to be updated, for example to the new Silicon Max, which is a problem with AAX right now. Or if a company decides to no longer support a certain format, well, you have to adapt everything and change your whole product line. As a developer, you're already at the whim of whatever Apple or Microsoft throws your way. And to be independent of another company's business decisions is a great thing, especially since it's licensed through a very open MIT license. So Clap is open source and cross-platform. It can theoretically work everywhere if each of the platforms decides to adopt it. Open source lowers the bar for more people to get into plugin development, and I'm honestly hoping for something like the wild days of early VSTs when things like Transverb and Crazy Ivan formed generations of sound designers. Or me for that matter. While all this sounds wonderful, Clap has one problem right now. You've seen at least two interludes that features a funny looking plugin called Wires that I developed together with AudioThing. Since 2020, I've been working in creating software instruments, and with AudioThing, it's been the most prolific relationship because we are now at 4 plugins with many more to come. When Clap was announced last week, it felt like a breath of fresh air in an industry that has been more or less the same for a decade. The problem with Clap though is this is bleeding edge technology. There is not a lot of hosts. Sure, there are a lot of companies that are interested in adopting it, but even Bitwig, the company that made this, requires you to download a beta to get it to run. Since AudioThing and me are so excited about the format, we decided to get the ball rolling and port our most successful plugin, Wires, to Clap. This is a free update for existing users, and it comes with also some nice new features such as oversampling, which makes especially sense in feedback patches. As of yet, this is a straight port, and many of the advanced features of Clap are not used. But with more knowledge and more time, we're looking forward to explore what the format has to offer. If you haven't tried Wires before, just download the demo, and there you can install all the formats, including Clap. And if you want to buy it, it's on a celebratory sale, 40% off, the cheapest this has ever been. It's our hope that this way more people will learn about Clap and that the format will thrive faster and more people start to develop for it and more companies adopt it. Hello from the editor. As I'm editing this, I want to clarify one thing. When I mean that we ported the plugin, that means Carlo of Audio Thing did all the coding work and I just tried to break it by beta testing it. In this case, that meant testing it out in Bitwig, which was a lot of fun because Bitwig has a wonderful modulation engine that enabled me to turn wires into this little instrument just by using its own internal sounds. So even if the whole talk of isn't interesting to you, you might want to check out Bitwig just for this. And full disclosure, I got an NFR 2 years ago for testing purposes, but I'm not getting paid to say any of these things. If you want to learn more about Clap, I link a rather fantastic article by Peter Kern on Create Digital Music in the description. He goes into more detail than I could ever do in this video, including the other open source plugin format LV2, which I had no idea existed until yesterday. Carlo from AudioThing also published a blog post from the developer perspective on how it is to create for Clap right now, linked in the description. I hope you found something interesting in this video. It's very interesting for me to talk about something that's so brand new and it's all in a rush. I mean, it was 6 days until we ported this plugin. It's very different from covering 1950s vacuum tube accordions. So, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below or visit the subreddit. Bye. See you in the next one.